Hi everyone, it's Dwillis, Kiwi Scrapper from New Zealand, and I'm just got a project to share with you. Um, One of those kind of things that you just make without anything in mind, that you just want to make it and do it and alter it. Um, but first of all, I just want to share this with you, that today here in New Zealand and Australia as well, it's Anzac Day, and that stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps Day. And lest we forget, it's just commemorating all our lost young men and women who lost their lives in the First World War and the Second World War and subsequent wars. And sadly, we've still got soldiers fighting in wars on the other side of the world. And so yeah, it was a sad day, because I woke up at 6 a.m. With helicopters flying quite low over the house from the Air Force base that's not very far from our house, just a few kilometres, and they were heading off to the dawn service, and was going to go to the dawn service with David, but I get very emotional over things like this, so I thought it was better that I just stayed at home, and I just stood and I watched the lights flickering, or the helicopters flickering through the dark sky as they headed over to the dawn service, and I just thought about all those young men and women, and I just cried. It's, you know, it's such a waste of life. But anyway, lest we forget, and we should never forget their sacrifice. Okay, the second thing, I'm just going to pop in here. I'm going to host my first challenge. Wow, that's so exciting, isn't it? I've been putting it off and putting it off. I was going to do it for my birthday, which was in March 26th, and then I thought, no. But I had, I just was a bit worried about doing that. So, um, so anyway, this is for 300 subby giveaway challenge, and it's actually 300 plus, because I'm up to 302 this morning. So, I just want to thank every single subscriber to my channel. You're great guys, and I have a regular bunch of people who come and support my channel and make comments on my work, and I'm always thrilled when I get a comment, and I always try to reply to every comment. But occasionally, if I don't come onto YouTube for a couple of days, I think I sometimes miss a few and I have to go back and look. But anyway, if I do, my apologies. So details will follow over the next couple of days while I work things out. So I just wanted to, prepare you all. Okay, so I'm going to put that back just for a second. A few of you might remember about 2 or 3 videos ago, I showed you some things I bought from an op shop, and one of them was a bare wooden wishing well. Just, I don't know what anybody had done with it. Maybe it was a gift to somebody, or they bought it to do something with and they never used it. But anyway, I got it for 50 cents, and I knew I could do something nice with it. I've never altered a wishing well before, but because you don't often see them. But anyway, so I decided 2 days ago that I would attempt it, because my hand is a lot better now. I'm due to go back to work Thursday next week, when I'm rostered to work, and I see the doctor again on Monday. Unfortunately, and quite devastating for me, after the fracture, RSD has set into my wrist, hand, and right up to my shoulder. And the doctor actually mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, because there was a temperature difference in both the hands, and the colour was different, and I knew that happened to my feet as well when I got RSD in my left foot and lower limb after my a serious back injury in 2012. So I was very, very concerned and worried, and she just confirmed that. But anyway, life goes on. So here's my wishing well, and I call it my Enchanted wishing well, and it should actually have a fairy sort of coming out of it, not a cherub. But I have searched and searched and searched, and I cannot find any paper collections, and where I get all my craft shops and things, that have got fairies on them. Occasionally I find ones that have got cherubs, and I snap them up, but I can't find fairies anywhere. So I know. I see some lovely papers, some lovely albums and altered things being done with Prima papers that have got lovely fairies on them and all different kinds of things. But I haven't seen any of the Kaisercraft, which is what we mainly get here in New Zealand, or we also get Authentique. I haven't seen any fairies on any of their collections that we get. So it's cherub. So it is an enchanted well, but it's an enchanted cherub well rather than enchanted fairy well. There you go. So I gessoed it a couple of times because the wood was bare, and then I went over it with antique white, which is actually a nice rich cream. Um, and we got this narrow lilac velvet ribbon, and that came from a swap with Evelyn in America. It's actually a little Michael's thing. This is mine from my stash I got off eBay, and I put little pink pearls in the flowers. And this gorgeous pink and white one up here, nylon one with this sort of two-layered frill. Oh, it's actually pleated rather than frilled. It's quite beautiful. I got that off in one of the Etsy shops. And then I just came around here with lots of flowers, alternating a soft lilac flower with a white flower, and the little lilac ones come from Wild Orchid Craft because I just love working with them, and the cream ones come from they also come from Evelyn in America in that swap, and they're from Michael's as well. So Evelyn, I'm using them up. I'm using everything you sent me. I'm so appreciative. It's just lovely. And I've stickled them all with diamond stickles. That's from Tim Holtz. I've got pearls, big large pearls, string pearls all the way around there. They're those fused pearls. And they actually were Christmas pearls, so I just cut them off to the length, but they're in a nice colour. They matched my flat back pearls up here. And because it's an enchanted well, we've got lots of butterflies flittering around, and some of them are lilac and some of them are pink. So there's a butterfly here and a pink one here and a lilac one here again. We've got the cherub there, and he's holding a heart, and I've stickled the heart a little bit and stickled his wings. There's in each corner of the well, front and back, there's Wild Orchid Craft baby breath sprays in ivory, and down here there's down the sides that little rose trim here, which has sort of got lilac and green tones in it. It's fabric rose trim. That came from, I'm pretty sure it came from Christine in Australia. So thank you, Christine. Yeah, if I get this wrong, if I say the wrong thing, if I say the wrong person, please forgive me. I've had to go back on my pain relief for this RSD because it's quite painful in my hand and my shoulder now. And the pain meds make me forget terribly. So I'm going to speak to the doctor about that on Monday, because she did mention a new one for this condition. Starts with T, and I can't remember that either. But anyway. Yeah, she did mention that it was new to New Zealand, and had proven to be quite good, so I might switch over to that and see how that goes. There's Wild Orchid Craft stickled roses here, flat back pearls up each column, front and back and across the top, and there's some little white fabric roses right across on either side of the well bit, the well head. These are from my stash. They're from a local craft shop. Satin ivy, I call it ivy, or leaves growing up, and I stickled the leaves on that as well, just to give it that enchanted look, so it's all sparkly. You probably can't pick that up on the camera actually, but terribly sparkly. I just love it. I love sparkles. So I made it as a pin cushion. This is my first ever pin cushion, so I was quite pleased the way it turned out. I was actually going to leave the well open and have something happening at the bottom of the well, but I didn't have any fairies, which is what I wanted to do, but because I didn't have any fairies, I didn't do that. So I turned it into a pin cushion, which is very practical, and made 4 stick pins for this particular project. So I mean, they can be used in other projects as well. They probably will be, but I'm not a great stick pin person. I love stick pins, and I'm enjoying making them now, because I found a shop 20-minute drive for me that does these much stronger stick pins with acrylic. Oops, where are you going? With acrylic sort of diamond-shaped heads on them, and they're really strong. The ones I was getting from my local craft shop, you only had to look at them and they bent, and they were just awful to work with, so I didn't really like doing them. Got a little butterfly down here, pink butterfly this time, and these are the baby breast sprays, and that's a vintage doily there. So yeah, there it is. That's my enchanted well, enchanted cherub well, rather than enchanted fairy. I really would love to find another one of these wooden wells in an op shop. I'd just love it, because I haven't seen them for sale in any of the craft shops. And you know, try and find some fairy paper and do an enchanted fairy well, but not as a pincushion, but something different. But yeah, I was actually very pleased the way this turned out, and if this doesn't end up staying with me, it will go to somebody else, obviously. So I did some op shopping yesterday, so I'm just gonna quickly show you what I bought, because I don't want to make this too long. It's 11 minutes already. I found this like a spice cupboard, I presume that's what it's for. That cost me $3.50, and it's all crackled, so I probably won't touch the colour, but I might do something on the drawers, so I can cover up that flower. But anyway, that was, you know, it's quite large, so I like that. And then I found some of these fabric little photo frames. This one looks quite new actually, but I don't know. That was 50 cents, and this one's got a mirror in it. I don't want to shine it right into your face, because it's got, you know, the glare will blind you, and we don't want that happening, do we? And then I found this is a wooden plaque. It says, "Time is like a snowflake. It disappears whilst you're thinking about what to do with it." Somebody's just handwritten that in. They've got neater handwriting than me, but they've spelt disappear with 2 S's and 1 P, and it should be 1 S and 2 P's, but, you know, we won't go there. Yeah, and that was $2.50. So that will be a good project to work on. Now, see, talking about fairies, I always look for children's books that might have fairies in them that I can use and cut out and use it fussy cut out. This was 50 cents. It's Magical Stories from Fairyland. You know, it's just a kid's book, but it's got some beautiful pictures in here that I mean, that's quite a large one as well. And I thought, well, I can use these. Look at those, aren't they beautiful babies? Look at them, aren't they gorgeous? You know, and they're doing all kinds of fairy things everywhere, and there's a fairy, looks like a fairy wedding going to take place with a little frog down there, and the castle. Look at that, isn't it? The detail is just beautiful. Fairy, look at these little baby cherubs down here on cygnet swans. Absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, ladies, if you can't find fairy papers, have a look in the children's book section of your op shops. I don't often find fairy books there. I think everybody must be keeping their fairy books. But, oh, look at the cat there with the fairy. But I do find fairy books sometimes. So, and when I do, I just, look at this fairy here, little pixies riding the snail, and there's a little fairy in there. When I find them, I just snap them up. Yeah, and then I can use them. So, I don't know what was in there, but whatever it was is gone. So that was 50 cents. And then I found this large Victorian album, which I'm going to alter. Fabulous. The second one I found of this for $3.50 from the same shop. And these are just from my local craft shop. Not craft shop, op shop. I just, look at these, aren't they cute? So I just found those. I don't often go into the local one, because it doesn't always have much there, but you know, occasionally I go in and I find something, and they're very cheap. And these are great. These are China porcelain, and they look pretty new to me. $1.50 each, and obviously it's supposed to have clock faces in, but you know, they're not going to have clock faces in when I finish with them. Well, they haven't got clock faces in before I even start on them. So there you go. Okay, enough of my gibberish. and I'll say bye for now. See you later. Oh, don't forget, coming up, my first challenge, 300 subby giveaway challenge, details to follow within the next couple of days. Bye you guys.